Hi guys, so sorry that I didn't get a video up on Wednesday. This whole school schedule thing is starting to get pretty rough, so much math. So just to let you know that the Wednesday video is going to be moved to either Friday or Saturday. I haven't quite decided, it just kind of depends on how homework and stuff lines up during the week. But for this video, we're going to be talking about how Konami frustrates me, and they frustrate me so much. I mean, like on so many different levels, but today we're specifically going to be talking about their frustration, or my frustration towards them when it comes to types. So, as you may have known, they have just created a new type called worm or verm or whatever, worm or what. It's basically like a dragon, but it's supposed to be like a wyvern ghost thing is what the motif they were going for, because they didn't want it to be just another dragon, because dragons are already crazy and have tons of support, which I understand why they wanted to do that, but it confuses me so much because they've never cared enough for machines, I guess because machines have never really done anything good, but they have deliberately made things not machine to try and get machines not to be overwhelmingly strong, such as windups. They're literally all mechanical things that literally has to be wound. A gear has to be wound in them to make them work, and they're not machine. I'm pretty sure there's only one that actually is machine, and it makes no sense why it is machine, basically because they couldn't find another type to make it machine, and that's windup. That, I think, is one of the only few machine windups. And then on top of that, they also made the entire scraps, literally beans made from scrap material, scrap metal combined together to form beans, and they're not machines? What? Why, Konami? Why is that such a thing? Why do you care so much about making sure that the stupid little synchro dragon things that you just created weren't considered dragons, but you made such a big deal about these other things not being machine that you're just like, nah, we won't make them a different type. We'll just make them randomly different things that make absolutely no sense. Like an entire mechanical machine-made dog is going to be a beast. Because, yeah, gee, that makes sense. But, a dragon that is just a dragon, but you don't want it to be a dragon, you're going to call it something else? That's silly. You don't want this thing to be machine, so why didn't you make a new type for it? Like at the very beginning of creation of Yu-Gi-Oh, you have aqua, fish, and sea serpent. Guess what? Aquas, things that live in the water. Fish, things that live in the water. Sea serpent, things that live in the water. Why is that the only thing that gets to have that separation of types? It's not a bad thing to have multiple types in Yu-Gi-Oh, and for some reason, there's this giant stigma around not adding new types to the game. Big whoop, guys, it's a tiny factor that almost no one cares about even remotely. People don't really make type-specific decks unless it's Dragon Rulers, and that's the only reason why this new thing got created. So why can't we have like androids or cyborgs or like half machine, or why can't things have two types like machine and dragon? Why couldn't all the new wyvern worm things be spirit dragon? And then they could have just made new rules instead of coming up with a new type, then frustrated people, but then it's new rules? I just don't understand it. I think it's silly. They could have made androids or something for windups and for scraps, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. I wish they would have started making more types sooner, because so far the only new types that we've seen are psychic and this worm or verm thing, or whatever the hell it's called. And psychics, they're basically like mechanized other things. So you have like mechanized spellcaster and mechanized beast and stuff like that, and I don't understand why they just didn't make them like machine spellcaster, or why they chose psychic for that type of thing. They could have made a sub-type thing for them, and they just didn't. I guess it's because they didn't want to be too much like magic that has like creature type, subtype kind of thing. I don't know. But what do you think of like all these different types, and like what do you think about the windups not being machine? Is that weird to you? What do you think about that? Go ahead and comment it in the comment section below. I'll appreciate it to see how you think, how your ideas stack up to mine in retrospect with the whole why are wind-ups not machine. Really, seriously, why aren't they machine? It makes no sense at all. Same thing with scraps. They're literally mechanized monsters that aren't even like slightly living creatures. They're all random machine parts put together, and like the only one that's machined is Golem. What? Why? But yeah, so stay tuned for videos on Friday or Saturday. Comment down below if you feel the way I do about wind-ups needing to be machines or should have been machined, or hell, even a new type. What are your thoughts about that, along with scraps and just creating new types in general? What are your thoughts on that? Do you like it? Would you rather not see it, or would you rather see more? Would you rather see it be like some more different subtypes, where something could be like main type machine, subtype something else? Would that be something that you would be interested in? What are your thoughts? And I know I'm spewing and I'm talking real fast, so if you need to pause and rewind and watch it again, be my guest. But try and answer all those questions. I'd appreciate it. It'll spark conversation, hopefully, in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment your thoughts down below. Share, that's very important. Share my videos, it helps me, it helps you, because then you have something to talk about with your friends, and you're like all talking, and it's awesome, and it's a great feeling, and then I like it too. You know, it makes me feel better and warm and fuzzy. Subscribe to me if you do me worthy. Have a wonderful day, guys. Peace.